We all know Sandeep as successful businessman, a great orator who can influence masses, a youth icon, and whatnot. But what is it that transformed a regular guy into a great influencer whom people look up to? Every saint has a past. To own a business which had an annual turnover in crores, the price which he had to pay was his mental peace. This was reflecting in his family life as well. One day, he had an argument at his house, and he was so frustrated and furious that he lifted his TV and smashed it on the ground to break it. This happened in front of his son. Concentrating on the external success alone can eat the soul from within. After this incident, he was so embarrassed that he started giving a serious thought on his inner transformation. At this time, one of his friends referred Vipassana meditation. He made up his mind, enrolled, and went there. 5 to 6 days, he was trying really hard to concentrate on the sensations, focus on breath etc. As they guided, he was trying hard, and nothing was working. Then, he held on to a mantra, which is not allowed in Vipassana. On 6th day, something magical started to happen. His focus automatically went onto his breath. At this moment, his concentration intensified. He started to understand his breath. Gradually he started to do pranayama without any aid of his arm, as yogis do. He could direct breath through the nostril of his choice, only with intention. He was understanding his entire body, from within and without. He began to cognize his body from a solid reality to just as a vibration. Gradually in his experience, his body vanished. And he began to realize that he's not his body. It began to pain in various points, where he later understood that the chakras wanted to open up. He felt an indescribable pain at the Muladhara. But he continued to witness. Slowly, the energy started raising above, his body became entirely stiff, and felt like a 5,000 watts electricity was passing through. He completely surrendered to it. Slowly, it started spiraling up, to meet the Anahata. At this time he had a feeling, which is 100 times more than the previous one. He was in a different world, altogether. He was drenched in total bliss. This experience was indescribable. Tears started to flow all the time. He started to fall in the vibration of love. He began to be at such an ease and ecstasy. In the sessions which followed, his energy started moving to Agna. At this stage, he started to understand everything and himself, but he realized he still had his ego. He totally surrendered, and his ego was let go. This paved way for Kundalini to move towards Sahasrara. Finally, the chakra blossomed. He couldn't even shake his body at this time. He was entirely frozen, outwardly. But in his experience, everything which he had perceived as himself, just vanished. There was no body, mind, intellect, or ego. He became one with the entire creation. Later, he merged into consciousness. This happened in month of October. He started his first seminar at the end of February. He says, the energy was flowing through him, to be expressed outside, and he couldn't stop it. This is the awakening experience, which Sandeep has expressed himself. With the idea of changing the age-old parable, "Life is tough," he gave a new mantra to the youngsters, which is, "Asan hai." Meaning, it's really easy. He started taking seminars and sessions to inspire the young generation in several fields of life. Today he is one of the most sought-after motivational speakers of India. He owns a YouTube channel which has a subscriber base of more than 21 million. His unshakable faith in the divine power grants him strength to thrive. Being at the helm of success, it is quite astonishing to know that money does not lure him. And that's why profits don't drive his organization. It's an emotional bonding with each and every person working in the company that matters for him. The life of Sandeep Maheshwari is an inspiration for those who got disheartened from failures and started taking success as a matter of chance. His YouTube channel is one of the largest non-profitable channels on this platform. He got many awards for his business ideas like Creative Entrepreneur of the Year 2013, one of India's most promising entrepreneurs, Star Youth Achiever, Young Creative Entrepreneur, Pioneer of Tomorrow. Sandeep was featured in all the leading magazines, newspapers, and television channels, including the Economic Times, India Today, CNBC, IBN7 and many more. Your desire to change must be greater than your desire to stay the same. Fitness, be it physical or mental, isn't a seasonal hobby, it's a lifestyle. Due to the workload, Sandeep neglected his health completely, until one day, when he felt uneasiness and visited the doctor, he was told to change his lifestyle immediately, or else he could suffer heart attack. So he started exercising, changed the way of eating food, and transformed to a fit chap. Once he had a staged debacle at an MBA college, where he became nervous, seeing hundreds of people in front of whom he had to speak. He panicked. No one could imagine today this had happened to Sandeep. He has a channel exclusively for spirituality on YouTube, where he has given discourses on Ashtavakra Gita and the like. Sandeep is a classic example of what a person can achieve, if there is commitment and effort in the right direction. Make sure to subscribe, so you don't miss out on my future videos. The more subscribers I get, again the better and more content I can continue making. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe.